Don't trust banks. Be your own bank. Let's get to the video. Hey guys, Patrioticstacker here, and welcome back to the Patrioticstacker YouTube channel. Now, if you're not subscribed, now is your time to go down there and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below. It really helps the channel out. Anyways, guys, one of the country's biggest banks crashed the other day. Actually, the 16th biggest bank in our country, and that is Silicon Valley Bank. It crashed, and we've seen the difference in the market. Gold has shot up $70. Silver almost shot up $1. The day before that, gold was almost under $1,800, and silver was almost under 20. And just shows how much difference something like that could really strengthen, gold and silver. But yeah, no, it's crazy, and it really makes you wonder, can it be our bank next? This was not no small town county bank. This was one of the biggest banks in our country, and a huge backer into cryptocurrencies, a huge cash backer for the USD coin, which plummeted that day when the bank closed. But yeah, it's crazy, and I don't know if you guys seen the videos and stuff, but there was lines outside the Silicon Valley banks, people trying to get their money, and a lot of the people out in that area are rich. They're millionaires, they're billionaires, and granted, it might not be much to them. They can probably afford to lose $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. I mean, they probably lose it all the time, with investing and stuff. We're talking millionaires, billionaires. They're loaded out there. Silicon Valley is huge with businesses, multi-billion-dollar businesses, and corporation headquarters. We're talking elite here, but not the point. The point is that you can lose all your money in your bank, and the bank don't have to pay you back. That's just sorry, you lost your money. Luckily, you have the FDIC that comes in and you're insured up to $250,000. But say you got $1 million in the bank. Say you got 300, 400, 500,000 in the bank. You've been saving your whole life and you have your retirement money in the bank. And obviously, in today's world, you can't retire off $250,000. You need at least, depending on the age you retire, I'd say a starting point would be $500,000, and you got to think of it, 20, 30 years living off that with prices today, depending where you live, it's not really that much. But anyways, they only pay you $250,000. And I'm sure it's a process too. I'm sure you don't get it right away. I'm sure it's in chunks or in payments or whatever. It's a mess. And I run a business, so I have to deal with banks. I have business accounts and stuff. My bills come out of my banks, just like I'm sure most of you. But I'll tell you right now, most of my savings is not in any of my bank accounts. My banks are mainly for my business accounts. That is it. I have my money tied up in other places. Precious metals, cryptocurrency, retirement accounts like Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, SEP accounts, and real estate, where granted some of those are high risk investments. I'm young, so a Roth IRA, traditional IRA is really high risk. You got cryptocurrency, which is more for like gambling, quick money type deal. That's why I invest in it. I don't trust it at all, really. But like real estate though, precious metals, great place to have your money. And then obviously I stack cash, and I rather have cash in my hands versus at the banks, because in reality it's not really any safer at the bank than it is at your house. Yes, you're covered for $250,000 at the banks, but I would feel more safe having the right security and having it at my house or in different locations. It's just, you're giving it to somebody, a stranger, pretty much saying, yeah, well, hold it for you. but they're not really protecting it. They take your money and they invest it, and they make millions to your dollar, and even with interest, like, what do you really get for every $1,000? You get 2 cents a month if you don't touch. You put $1,000 in a savings account, right? And say you don't touch it for, a month. You get like 2-3 cents per $1,000. It's nothing. Back in the day, they actually paid you a good amount of interest, but it's crazy. It's crazy. And granted, yeah, the people out there are millionaires, billionaires, whatever, but it could be us. It could happen to M&T Bank, which is a bank from Virginia to New York. It's like a northeast region bank, which is a decent sized bank in our area, but it's not a Chase, it's not a Bank of America, it's not a Wells Fargo, which is across the country. But it could happen to your bank, and you could be out of that money. And again, you're supposedly insured for $250,000, but God forbid that was all the money you had, and now you have to play waiting games to get your money. Because you're not the only one they're going to be paying money back to. It's just a terrible situation, and that's why I stack gold and silver. I stack it because it's a wealth preservation. It's a hedge against inflation. It protects my buying power. It's a peace of mind. And it's great. You know what I mean? It's great owning something that's, real wealth, where our money used to be backed by this stuff rather than just now. It's a promise. And, they can't even guarantee their promise. It's a joke. Yeah, guys, simple. Just try to be smart. Just put your money where it's protected. Be conservative with some of your money and invest money into real estate, in cryptocurrency, or whatever. Anything's better than the banks. Obviously, we need to have money in the banks for bills and if you run a business. But I honestly, right now, I wouldn't be putting crazy amount of money in the bank. Not at all. Just be smart. Try to be your own bank. And with this beautiful stuff here, you can be your own bank. Like, come on. I'll pick this any day over $2,000 cash. Because at the end of the day, it's just paper. Even though cash is king, we need cash to buy our precious metals, to buy our properties, to buy our houses, to buy our cars, to pay our bills. At the end of the day, cash is king. And this stuff we stack to preserve our wealth, for retirement, for savings. Eventually, it's going to do a giant circle. It's going to do a whole 360 because, we buy the stuff, we hold it for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and then we end up selling it to get money back. But at least we protected our money. We didn't lose money, and most likely made some money. Again, gold and silver is it's not in a traditional investment. You're not going to become a millionaire. I see people right now cranking these videos out. Buy silver. Silver is going to go to $100,000, $50,000, $1,000 by the end of the year. I love silver just as much as the next guy, but let's be realistic. We're not going to see those numbers on silver in a long time. Now, gold, I think we could see over $2,000 an ounce on gold this year. But silver, I don't think our max this year for silver would probably be $25, $26, which is fair. Even though I'd like to see this stuff go high, and it will in time, but the whole in a year being $1,000, $100, $500 an ounce, I just find it hard to believe. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, this is here to protect our wealth, to protect us, our families, to hedge against inflation, or to pass on to our kids and give them wealth. But yeah, it's great stuff. But yeah, man, some crazy stuff going on. It makes you wonder about our banks. When's it going to be we wake up and go to our bank to withdraw a couple $100 and they tell us our bank's crashed and we can't get any of our money. And we have to wait for the FDIC to insure whatever we had in the bank, and hopefully we had the $250,000 or less in there, because other than that, If you have more than that, you're out of a lot of money. And another thing too, most people know that they only insure up to $250,000. So most people that have that type of money, or millionaires or whatever, they have multiple banks. They split their money up. So most people aren't dumb to put more than $250,000 in a bank. But to be honest, I really wouldn't put much in the bank. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, you got to do your own due diligence, do your homework, just do what you feel is safe for you and your family. Because as the way I see it, the government, these giant companies take enough from us. Why let them take more? It's bad enough that our banks are taking our money. Oh, wait, and this is another thing I don't get, right? So we're giving these banks thousands of dollars. We'll give them $5,000 deposit into the savings, whatever. They take that money and they invest it, right? And you get pennies on interest. But then now you go to the bank and you say, hey, I need 10 grand. Oh, you have to come back in 2 days, or you have to come back next week. We don't have that type of cash. Like, I can understand if I'm going in there and asking for $50,000 or $100,000. Yeah, maybe they need a day or two to round up some money, call a bunch of other branches or something, or call the Loomis truck. But I should be able to go to the bank and withdraw $10,000, and they have it in $100 bills ready to go that day within 2 minutes. Easy, 1, 2, 3, hand in the card, write out the withdrawal slip, and done deal. But no, right now it's crazy. Some banks are even cashless now. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, just be smart. Keep an eye out. Be your own bank. Be smart. Invest your money where you're gonna get money back. Do something where you're gonna have passive income. Buy some gold and silver to protect your buying power and save. Real estate is outstanding and by far the best investment. Obviously, there's pros and cons about it. It's all about time and location, but put your money where you're going to get something back and where it's going to be safe. Obviously, if you're young, you're going to have your high risk investments. I have a lot of high risk investments, but I also have my conservative investments, and that's where precious metals come in. My conservative investment, just like my real estate, my crypto, Roth IRA, retirement accounts, investing accounts, that's high risk, because I want to get money. So there, you do, when you're young, up until like about 40 years old, you go, you're high risk. And then eventually you go conservative with your money. But all right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this little rant. Just watch out, be smart, and keep stacking that gold and silver and Patriotic Stacker. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.